Hello and welcome to the virtual orientation for Formula Run. It's certainly our most unique event. If you haven't done it before, I highly recommend it. It's something much more different than anything else we offer and something you don't really find anywhere else. So I hope that you sign up, bring your friends, and you enjoy the day with us. So for the orientation, I'll break it up into 3 sections, very chronological. I'll kind of go over the pre-race information, then the run itself, and then the post-race. So for pre-race, here's a little aerial view and here's my cursor to show Lansdowne Park. We're hosting the event right here at the Great Lawn, this pentagon shape here. Show up on site. There's plenty of parking underground at Lansdowne. There's a parking garage over on 2nd Avenue here, or you can park in the community. There's a lot of 3-hour parking in the community if you wanted to, but pretty safe bet to park on site or at 2nd Ave. Better yet, we highly recommend arriving by active transport. It's very walkable, very bikeable area. The NCC pathway on Queenie is right here. Very accessible by bike and on foot, by public transit and whatnot. If you do choose to drive, we recommend carpooling if you can. So however you get there, we hope that you get there safely and then we see you at the start line. So for bid pickup, this is one of the only events that we do where bid pickup is only on race day. There's no pre-bid pickup option, so only on race day itself. And we'll be there about 30 to 45 minutes ahead of the start time for the race. So what we recommend is getting there about 30 to 45 minutes ahead of start time. That way you have, let's just say, a half hour or so. Pick up your bib, which doesn't take too much time. Get your team organized, get a little warm up, and then figure out your strategy. Every one of those things doesn't take very much time on their own, but added together, it can take a full half hour, and you don't want to be too rushed getting to the start line and getting ready for your event. You want to have a little bit of buffer just to make sure that the event goes smoothly. Now, because of the uniqueness of this race, we will not have late registration or day of registration. You can only sign up online at summersalt.ca in advance. So make sure you sign up before Tuesday at 6 p.m., the week of the race, to guarantee a spot for you and your team. Now, the run itself is a very fun event. It's one that I've done many times elsewhere in the world, and I'm really glad to have you here in Ottawa. So I'll use my cursor to kind of go around and explain things. So the start line is right here at the start finish. A team can be 1 person, 2 people, 3, or 4. It doesn't matter. 1 to 4 people makes a team. Each team gets 1 baton, kind of a relay baton that you might have used in track and field, and only 1 person can hold the baton at a time. The team with the most laps in 90 minutes wins the race. So the way it'll work is, let's say your team has 3 people on it, let's say that's the average. You'll have 1 person here at the start line holding the baton. The rest of you will kind of hang out on the side over here in the grassy area, watching in what we call the pit lane or the exchange zone. So you're off to the side, you're not standing on the asphalt. You're off to the side watching and cheering and whatnot. We'll kind of have a countdown. We'll do a 3, 2, 1, go. Everyone carrying a baton will start running the course. As you can see, the course goes counterclockwise and 1 loop is 363 meters. When the baton gets back here, you have the option of either continuing to run until you're tired or until your strategy calls for you to exchange. When it's time to exchange and you get inside this exchange zone, you can hand off your baton to your teammate. So the only people inside this exchange zone are those that are holding the baton, or if you're about to be passed the baton. So let's say your teammate is right over here rounding the corner and whatnot. You don't need to be standing on the exchange zone or in the pit lane until they're just about rounding that last corner. We want to make sure this area stays open and stays safe so that no one gets bowled over, but it's pretty straightforward stuff. The only thing that's new for this year from last year is that for the first lap, or for the first person at the start line, they have to do at least 2 laps. We want to do at least 2 laps for the first person just to thin out the field a little bit. Last year we had a big, obviously, hive of people that started together, and a bunch of them tried to exchange on the first lap, and it created just a really big surplus of people in one place at one time. So the only rule that you have to be aware of is that you cannot exchange after the first lap. Once you've gotten through that first lap, then from then on you can exchange every lap, every 2 laps, every 3 laps, every odd lap, every even lap, whatever kind of formula suits your team. So feel free to figure out the formula that works for you. Some other miscellaneous reminders is smile for the camera. We'll have some photographers on site taking photos. They'll be available online after the race. If you need any washrooms, the start line's right here. The washrooms are right here inside of Aberdeen. It's less than 100 meters or so. So a quick washroom break inside there, and then you can come on back. We'll have a water station at the end of the pit zone, or in the pit lane, or the exchange zone, pardon me. So you can grab water as you're running. After you grab the baton, you can grab a sip of water and go. Or you can take a sip of water or F2C from our water station while you're resting. So the person that's running can focus on running, and people that are resting can focus on recovery. How cool is that? Now for the post-race. Once the race is over, the fun kind of begins. We can tabulate the results, see how you did compared to last year, see who you outdid, if you were kind of, eyeing another team and whatnot. We'll do a little bit of an award ceremony, more just for fun, more than anything else. We'll have some Libra beer at the finish line. We'll do a bit of an award ceremony, and you can check your results instantly at sportstats.ca. For all the photos, they'll be online at photos.somersault.ca, usually a couple days after the race. It takes us a couple days to catalog the thousands of photos, so that when you go online, you can punch in your name or your bib number to see everything that we took of you that day. And afterwards, you're welcome to enjoy the rest of your day. It's an early morning race, only 90 minutes. So you're welcome to spend the day at Lansdowne, enjoying the farmers markets or flea markets or just a patio or whatnot. Certainly our race crew will be out there enjoying the rest of the afternoon at Lansdowne, so we hope to catch you guys around TD Place, hanging out and enjoying the rest of your day. If you have any other questions, let me know in advance. It's adam@somersault.ca. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you at the start line.